Don't look under the internet.
Hello to DLUTI!
Whoa.
Welcome to Don't Look Under the Internet, the internet's favorite comedy horror podcast, starring yours truly, Doug,
Yo.
Matthew,
What it is?
and me. Hey, this is Raleigh Johnson, checking in from the underwriting group. I see here that we were able to get you nearing approval for a personal loan starting at $60,000 with a competitive monthly payment of $350 per month. These offers tend to go fast, though. Timing is important here. Hoping to hear from you shortly at 833-487-2754. Once again, 833-487-2754.
Number?
Talk soon. It's a robot. I'm doxing their fucking number all day. It's spam.
Hell yeah.
Can I get an
You heard
extended
Quit
it.
fucking
warranty?
spam
with
calling
that?
me. Can you what?
Can I get an extended warranty with that?
Only if you approve the loan.
Only if you're past your extended warranty.
Yes. But yeah, welcome everybody. Just want to do a real quick DLUTI housekeeping.
How's
Not a
PP?
whole lot to bring up, but a couple things I do want to touch on. First and foremost, new member over at the website on the Patreon. We have we're gonna play name. Is it
Name.
good?
Name.
It is Will.
Oh, hey, Will.
Hey, Will.
Bad.
I'm gonna go good
That's Really?
because I'm assuming Patreon works the same way as a lot of stuff where like you have to pick your username, and if it's already chosen, they're like pick a different one.
Why? Yeah.
You got
right.
just Will. You got just Will.
I don't think that's how it works. I think your Patreon display name can be literally whatever you want it to be.
Oh damn! I'm still going for it because it's such a basic name. It's like if we had someone subscribe and it was like Hank. Like,
Hank.
I'm going for it because the silliness of the name in nature.
Good
All
job,
right,
Will.
all right, but you guys say bad name, I say fine name. But thank you, Will, and welcome to the family, the DLUTI Stan family. Here's your
Will.
passport.
Change your name, Will.
Make sure you get that
Yeah.
golden Trump card for your visa, otherwise it's gonna get a little cool and chilly.
Do you just assume their ethnicity, or
No, because they're part of DLUTI Stan, so they're not American anymore. They're
Well, the Ludi stands
right,
better,
okay.
so.
DLUTI Stonian. What a person from
Stabooties,
DLUTI Stan be called.
Stanies.
just a booty stand?
Stonians.
Just the Ludi
Stabooty
stands.
Stan. So I know like electric vehicles have gotten very popular recently, and they typically have a relatively good mileage range on them. They're not as good. I was always more on board with like a hybrid engine. Those seem to have been like peak fuel efficiency. What do you think the fuel efficiency is for an Angel engine?
Pretty damn good. That's kind of the whole thing, right?
Right? Yeah.
And infinitely good, maybe?
Maybe. Or an infinitely bad. We'll talk about it.
Also, now I really just want to just do this entire episode about hybrid and electric vehicles and talk about the economics and
And
what's
how we
happening
goofed.
in the automotive industry at the moment. But
I can definitely
now we
speak to
can't.
that.
So
Yep. Nope, you can't
I know
because
lots
today
of
we're
car
talking
stuff.
about Angel Engine. This is one of the pleasant times that
I
Matt
thought it was
has brought up.
Angle.
Angle. Oh fuck, Angle and Demon.
angle.
This is one of the pleasant times that Matt has brought a topic to us to do.
Yeah, I
uh,
did it. I said,
yeah.
"Hey, we should look at this."
So if you don't like this episode, you know who to blame. So yeah, we were talking about Angel Engine. Matt brought it to our attention. I thought it was pretty cool. I love the concept behind it. That's for sure.
Should we say what it
Let's-
is?
It's a
It's a TikTok analog horror, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a TikTok analog horror.
Isn't it Instagram?
No, the main account is a TikTok account. The Instagram
Oh, okay.
reposts everything, but the primary account is the TikTok account.
So every
JKLL.
episode is like pretty short. Each one is like a minute at most, which is fantastic. Love to see it.
A good short form.
A good short form. And we figured, fuck it, it seemed interesting. Let's chat about that bad boy. So I say we get into it. Where do we start? If
Man,
not the beginning.
I wish. I'm so glad my fucking mic didn't pick it up, but my cat is just over here fucking doing the like just right next to me, just fucking barfed all over the carpet.
Hell
Sick.
yeah.
Well, you got a
Smelling that
podcast to do,
all
mister.
episode.
Can't clean
Yep.
that up.
Yeah, it's just gonna sit. That's fine. It'll be easier to clean up that way. But you're right, Michael. Starting at the beginning is usually where one would start when they want to explain the entirety of a series that is fairly new. So, that being said, let me do a small overview of this. Besides, it being the TikTok and like short form and whatnot.
We're gonna make it longer.
I'm sorry,
shorter
my
form.
cat was puking, so I don't know if you mentioned this, but this is entirely AI generated.
We did not mention.
I
that.
didn't. It's also pretty obvious because the guy's tag is unearthly.ai. So
Yeah,
you
the
Correct.
Instagram is
So-
unearthly.ai. I think the TikTok is. We should probably not say the wrong thing. It's something hub.
While you look it up, I will say this is going to be very divisive for a lot of people. Some people may hate it, some people may like it. It just kind of depends on where you're at and what your opinion is. But our job is to cover stuff like this, and that's why we're doing it. I can't say I super. I don't know. I can't really speak to the fact that they're not using like an actual artist to make their videos.
Some of the later ones have been done by actual artists. Once
Mm.
this took off a little bit, some artists stepped in and have done some of the work on the more recent episodes, but it is still predominantly AI.
Yeah,
I will note my stance on AI is thus. I don't mind it if you have an idea for a story and you're like me, where you have no artistic talent in a single bone in your body, and you have no idea how to even begin the process of creating something. You just have a fun idea and story that you want to tell. I don't mind if you use AI. If you're down on your luck and it's the only tool you have, use it. My big issue is when you have like Coca-Cola making an
Right.
entire commercial that's AI
yeah, that
generated.
shit is
Like,
booty.
Big companies, you can pay people for that shit. If you don't have a single dollar to pay an artist to get you something of quality, I get it. I can't say that, I would much prefer it not be AI, but I get it. I'm not going to be too upset about it.
Yeah, I think
Um,
my stance
Go ahead.
on AI is probably not going to be popular with probably a lot of our audience. I don't really care. Like, I'm sort of the mind that Mike is. I'm a lot more accepting of it than I think a lot of people are. I think I've seen some really cool stuff made with AI, and like you said, it's a really good tool for people who don't have the means to bring their ideas to life. But yeah, that's where I draw an issue with it is when you've made something with AI that you very much had the means to do it otherwise, and it negatively impacted the outcome. That sucks. Like, why? It's just the cutting corners and making a shitty thing, like the new McDonald's ad. Like that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah.
I will say I am mostly of the same mindset. But I will actually give my opinion on this later because I want to go through some of the stuff before I explain my stance on this whole thing.
Yeah.
But that being said, the reason I wanted to mention it in the first place is that it's all AI is because I'm going to probably not spend a whole lot of time being like, this is what you're seeing while you're doing it. I will explain
You're mostly
some of
seeing
it.
the same thing. I mean, it's generally just still images.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will explain a little bit, obviously, of what you're saying, but I'm not going to dive deep into it. So that's really it. But I guess let's start from the beginning. The first video is called "How to Cage an Angel," and we
How
immediately see
to
how to
cage.
Yeah, you're gonna get a
The
lot
thing
of that.
is genuinely
That's why
creepy when it talks. I won't say that.
100%.
Like,
Yeah, It's creepy the first couple of times for
Oh fuck,
sure,
we
but
lost
after like
Tori. No, Tori, come back. We hate AI. It's okay.
um they left before we started talking about it. Yeah, it's fine. We did gain a Craig, but he also left. Damn.
Tori's in the Twitch.
Anyways, so that being said, the first video is called "How to Cage an Angel." You get a video of a very creepy looking thing saying, basically going, "How to cage an angel,"
With
and then
the Lavender Town music in the background. That's
yeah, which
prominent
is
for a lot
also
of this.
another thing I'll go over later. Yeah, so yeah, you hear it's like a really shittily chopped version of the Lavender
and
Town
screwed.
music over every of these fucking videos. But anyways, so they're giving you steps on how to cage an angel. And they say step 1, exploit planet's resources. Step 2, exterminate wildlife. Step 3, watch species fall into disarray. Step 4, you're now on the brink of extinction. And then it cuts with him just going, pray, pray, pray. And then it says step 5, watch divine messenger ascend to your world. Step 6, they want to help you use their kindness. And then it says strap them into angel engine. And then it says siphon their energy. Step 8, return planet to former glory. And that's where it ends. These videos are about, like Mike said, about a minute and a half long at most, and that's because half of the time is spent them saying one sentence.
That's
and
a
yeah.
lot of it. That's gonna be a trend.
Yeah, you're gonna get a lot of slow angel talk.
Can we at least talk about what the aesthetic is, though? Like, it's
yeah, I
aesthetic's
think
a vibe.
boiled one.
yeah.
There's
I think that's why this is so popular. We didn't really say that either. This is incredibly popular.
Yeah.
It's like 1.2 million followers on TikTok or something crazy like.
Yeah. This is very, very, very popular. It's the aesthetic is like almost like an anime, like is how I would describe it. They use a lot of like this very like anime looking kind of artwork, but on top of that, the like angel that you see in this first video is looks very. It's got a very like boiled one feel to it, where it's like very like rough edges, a lot of like dark black. Like they're
I
using a
was
lot of
getting
black.
Shimigami vibes from Death Note.
It's a cross.
Sure.
It's a cross between early 90s anime and like super low budget point and click adventure 90s video game graphics.
Yeah.
It's
And you guys
very,
are probably
very
used to us
dark
pulling
and
up the
grungy.
videos and shit. Actually, do you have the
Yeah,
videos up?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. I didn't actually hop into Twitch, but yeah, if you're watching, you'll see and you'll kind of understand. But so that was the first video. The second video is called "How to Find an Angel Engine," and we get a different creepy guy talking, very slow like the first video, but explaining the steps on getting an angel engine. Says step 1, journey to the Holy Land, and this is like you get some of that like 90s early 90s anime feeling from this part. But step 2, it says search desolate terrain for the great thorns. Step 3, step into burial site. And then step 4, it just goes, look upon me, look upon me, look upon me, release me, your wage will be plentiful. So this is the part where I was like, okay, they're asking us to release them. Where are we going from here? So we go to our third video called He Is Coming. The guy from the first and the second video are actually like talking back and forth, and they're basically saying, do not let him in, do not be deceived, he is not your friend, he has no friends, be not afraid, he comes to deceive, to lead you astray, he will be here soon. And then it says, find me, find me, find me, and I will help you. So basically we can kind of infer right now that these two things might be angels themselves, and that they need our help. It's still a little unclear. The fourth video is called Listen to Me, and it says we see a trapped angel, like kind of and a scientist, and they're like talking about the angel, and he's like, there's no energy limit that could power the world for millennium to come, and it kind of like cuts out, and then we get this EMS broadcast or EAS broadcast, and it's like the president speaking to us. And sometimes like while they're speaking, like this big black hole comes in like their face, and they start saying things like, they are not from Earth, your cities will fall, the sky will burn. And it basically is like, it seems like the angels are speaking through the president, like in this broadcast while the president is talking. Like it's just kind of like a
Mr.
normal
President.
broadcast that you'd be seeing. But yeah, it's pretty creepy. Really short, as all of these are.
And then the angel comes back
So we
to
get
his face and says, "Now you fucked up.
Night fuck.
he just like
Now you
lifts
fucked
his
up."
nuts out of his face, and he's like, "Haha, I got him." Um, so yeah, fifth video is called The Broadcast. The guy from the thing from video 1 says, "You are in danger." Sorry. No, he goes, "You are
There you go.
in danger."
He talks like the kid from Malcolm in the Middle, the kid in the wheelchair. What's his name?
Oh my god.
Stevie or whatever.
Yeah, something like that. They have a message from the Gulf of Time, which is actually the Gulf of America for
Yeah,
those
we should
listening.
that was
Um,
renamed. We can't retcon.
The America of Time, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says that they don't have the means to restrain him and that he will destroy you and to not let him in. And then we cut to what we are told is the Tower of Babel in like a news report, and they are calling it the second Tower of Babel. And the news reporter is like, "Will this spell doom for humanity or put us into the future?" The Tower of Babel houses
Yeah,
200,000.
the first one didn't go so well. Did they not realize that?
Yeah, and this is where they're testing the Angel engine, and it's going to solve all of our energy problems and can create artificial miracles. And the lead scientist, his name is Jeff Ernstman.
Geoff.
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 Sometimes it's Jeff Ernstman, sometimes it's Ernst Man. The AI
Yeah,
voice
I know,
can't make up
It's
its
and
mind.
also sometimes it's Tower of Babel and sometimes it's Tower
Babel.
of Babel.
Yeah.
Babel. Yeah. There's actually some really funny parts that had me cracking up, like just because like the AI voice is like, I don't know how it determines how to pronounce something, but
There's-
it's just like, "Bah."
There's one we'll get to it. There's one we'll get to it when like someone's doing a news report and they're like, "Oh, don't touch that camera" or whatever. It's just like, "Hey, stop that!"
Yeah,
Like,
that's the one where the
Yeah.
angel puts puts his hands on the guy's shoulder, and it's actually
yeah,
supposed
he's
to
like-
be super dramatic, and he's just like, "Oh, it's not supposed to do that."
yeah,
It shouldn't be doing that.
yeah.
But yeah, so we learned about Tower of Babel, the second Tower of Babel. And this is where all of the testing for the Angel engine and all that shit is going on. So that's an interesting new thing that they're doing.
Isn't that
so
neat?
episode it's pretty neat. Episode 6 is called How to Survive in the Holy Land. And as you may assume, just like most of the videos so far, they're going to give you the steps on how to do this, okay? Step 1. Put it in your own butt. No, so it says pack enough supplies. There
Really
won't be
pack
any.
it in.
Really
Really get
put
it in
all
there.
the way in there.
Copious amounts of lube.
As far in there as you can.
Step 1: acquire baby oil.
In a 50
Reach
gallon
out to
drum.
Diddy. Where the fuck
How
am
do-
I?
How
Okay.
to throw your
Diddy.
how to throw your own freak off.
I like that story better, I think. Anyways, so all right, step 1. Pack enough supplies, there won't be any. Ominous. Step 2, don't let the forgotten find you. They don't take kindly to foreigners. All right? So we've got some fucking angel racists.
Don't like
happening
how you
here.
said
angels.
that. Yeah.
Step 3, do not look at the sky. Your eyes, they will melt. And then it cuts and he goes, he is here. Cover eyes and ears. Do not stop. He will catch you. That sounded more like a robot, so I apologize.
You
But
went-
it shows like this new face for a fraction of a second. When he says this next part, it says, I see you. And you kind of get like almost like a different voice for a fraction of a second. And then it says, do not listen, do not believe the deceiver. He cannot harm your soul. He would never allow it. Yeah, so that is episode 6. I guess
The girl
what
that's in
we
the
can
water is like suspiciously be looking like Taylor Swift. I'm not gonna lie.
ChatGPT, please put Taylor Swift in here. Okay, so the next video
But
is fucking I don't understand why they did this, but they just made an AI slop video to the Boots
it's
poem
probably why
by
they remade
Rudyard
this one.
Kipling, and it is awful. It is stupid and it makes no sense to the story. There's no reason for it to be in here, and I think it's dumb that they did this. So I'm gonna move on to the next
I
video.
think,
Um,
yeah, I don't know.
go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Well, I think later they do redo this. I think it becomes
They
more
do.
significant when they redo it. Maybe I think there is a
Hmm.
point,
I
but
think it's I think it's really really dumb because they not only don't like give any context to the fact that they're using this poem or who did it or who read it. There's no credit for it, and it feels like they just basically at the time that this video came out 28 years later was coming out and that noise was popular, and I think they just were like, I'm gonna use this for my thing,
yeah, they
and
do some
it
things
feels
where it's like
bad.
this is trending on TikTok. I'm gonna cash in on it. There are a lot of things in here that feel like, oh, I figured out how to make this very specific aesthetic with these AI tools and some editing, and they just did something with it just because they thought it would be a cool thing to do, which I think is fine, but it is just kind of thrown in the middle of a thing that is like this really elaborate world building, and there is a big disconnect there. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I will say, so far what I've covered so far, I really like where everything is going, and I like the general direction of how things are feeling, even though it's like AI made and stuff.
The aesthetic
Um,
slaps. It does. It's
this
super creepy,
this
and I like it a lot.
this video really took me out of it though.
Yeah.
I thought it was really poor taste on like especially if you're going to like mainly use AI for things. I think it could have been avoided,
You think it was
especially
in
in
poor
like
taste to just lift
the
somebody else's?
political climate. I think I don't know if it's I don't know if that's the right word. I think it was stupid to not credit anything about it and act
Yeah.
like this was
Or
like their thing that
explain
they made.
that it was just a random thing, or
Yeah.
just throwing it up there. It's just
Yeah, I'm not trying to be like super like skeptical of it or anything, but I feel like it didn't make sense to me. Like I was like enjoying what was happening, and then I saw like this video came up, and I was like, what does this have to
yeah.
do with anything? But
I got you.
again,
I feel
I
you.
didn't make it, so I don't know. But video 8 is I Love You, and we see the trapped angel, which we don't have a name for yet, and they say I love you. This was the face that we saw in the this 2 videos ago that I was like, yeah, we get this new face. And then the doctor says it's hyper intelligent. And then it cuts back to the angel and it says save me, and it basically rarely speaks. And then we're told that it answers to Uriel. And if you don't know who Uriel is, there's a few iterations of them in different like religious texts, but mainly you'd probably
Uriel.
know them as
Yes,
an
that's exactly what
archangel.
I thought. Uriel.
And then it says, "Don't hurt me." And we see a dead worker, and basically the doctor is like, "Yeah, we're gonna put this guy in the engine, and we're gonna basically return him back to life in a couple seconds here."
Yeah.
And as soon as they like turn the engine on, you can tell that the angel is like in a bunch of pain, and then the boy is completely healed. Literally, this boy looked fully dead, was just super dead, came back to life, and they've completely healed this boy now from the angel engine, which I assume is part of their like miracle, like faux miracle thing that they're trying to do.
Yeah, I think this would be a good
But
a good time to like just give a very brief synopsis of basically what is happening here, which is
yeah. So real quick, it flashes angelengineinitiative.org on the sign, and that's the end of this episode. But yeah, no, perfect time to kind of recap what is happening if you want.
yeah. So basically, what we got going on here is this doctor, Mr. Ernstman, has
Ernstman.
has taken this angel that has descended to Earth and hooked it up to a bunch of tubes and shit, and is like, hey, we can use this thing to power shit because it has an infinite amount of energy. And it seems to be that the powering either causes excruciating pain to this angel or is actually generated by the pain. Like the more pain you put these things in, the more energy it creates. And not only can that be used to power things, it seems like we can actually like perform miracles with that heavenly energy, which is what they seem to be doing with this poor individual here, like fucking him up real bad and then dunking him in this thing and sticking some wires on him and regenerating his lifeless body.
OSHA is about to have a bad time because if you can just heal all wounds and bring the dead back to life, then who cares about workplace safety, you know?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You got an angel engine at work? All right, well, fuck
Yeah.
OSHA.
Yeah, we're good to go.
And
Put
then
that ladder
Um,
onto
I
a
think
2x4. I don't care.
the other things that we should reiterate are like there's one individual who appears to be spreading or at least guiding the viewer along and explaining certain things about how this process works. We'll learn more about that person later. And then,
Yep.
yeah, we got Uriel, the angel that's actually been held captive. And then the Tower of Babel 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah,
Damn.
which is where all of this stuff is taking place.
Fantastic stuff. I'm glad you
Yeah,
guys are able to
we
glean
haven't.
so much information from this because, boy, howdy, was it difficult for me to piece a lot of this stuff together.
I mean, it is a little.
I think the
The pacing of
visuals
everything
are a
is a
little
little weird
jarring. Yeah.
for sure. And there's not a whole lot. It is a little jarring sometimes. I'm not sure if that's the right word or not. But there, if you watch it all consecutively, it is hard to pick up on some things if you're not like I watched most of the videos a couple times over just to like make sure I like was catching everything in them. Because I kind of figured since it's AI, it's not like some of the other stuff we watch where you're like, oh shit, at like 20 seconds they like flashed a
Right.
something in there or something.
Yeah,
Like
that's
this
the
is
thing
all
with
pretty
this
cut
is
and dry.
it's very difficult to tell at times what small details are intentional and what is just like an artifact of
Yeah.
it being AI. And it's like, is this actually important? There are times too when it's like, until you really figure out who the main characters are here, there are times when the faces look different enough where you're like, is that the same person?
Yeah.
Yeah, until we get
Well-
a couple of the names, I was like, what?
Well, maybe as we go and I go into my topics and the other one that I'm doing. Oh, I don't think we said anything. Yeah, Jason's not here,
Oh, yeah.
by the way.
Car breakdown.
His car broke down, and I'm going to be covering his parts later. He was nice enough to put some notes down for me. So I'm going to be going off his notes. So apologies if I don't explain something all that well or anything like
You
that.
haven't-
I watched his portions a couple times, but I didn't write anything down because I saw he already did. So I'm just going off his notes in my memory. But that's a later problem. So we're going into episode 9 here. This one's the interview. And we start off with Uriel.
Same.
And Uriel ain't looking too good, dog. Let me just say. Like, he looks like he's kind of decaying away. Like, half his face is kind of just like a bloody skull, like skeleton and shit. I think it looks really cool. I love when a story gets like horrifically religious. You know what I mean? I like that concept. I think it's very interesting to me. But we see Uriel ain't doing so good. We then cut to a broadcast of something called the Barry Donovan Show, hosting Barry Donovan. And he seems to be a talk show host who is interviewing Jeff Ernstman. And basically, the interview goes where Jeff claims that the angel isn't being tortured as a bunch of people are protesting and complaining about because the angel could leave whenever it wants, but it chooses to stay. Not at all what an abuser says to people at all. He then basically says, like, I'm the shit, I'm super smart, you all don't know what you're talking about, but me, I do. This guy's pulling an Elon Musk, like, straight up. And he's like, bet I got a new invention. It's coming out
Except
next
this
week.
guy's actually inventing stuff or doing stuff.
Yeah, right. Not just being a Nazi. Oh, I'm sorry.
mean,
Is
he
Twitch
kinda
gonna
is.
think that's a slur?
What?
Let's move on.
Yeah. But yeah, so Jeff's basically like, I'm super cool and super smart, and be on the lookout next week. Some fun shit's coming. Video 10. So God is coming. So we find out Jeff is like going about his business, and then he just straight up gets shot by someone in a yellow raincoat who's like speaking some tongues at him. Um, we get visuals of what looks like a faceless thing like eating Jeff. Like it's got him like wrapped up in its hands. It's like holding him. It's like devouring him. Um, we then get an announcement from a Stephen Eckelblum, who is the spokesperson for the Tower of Babel. And we find out that Jeff died from his gunshot wounds. And we also have incarcerated the Yellow Rain Jacket killer.
Now, the thing here that it was my immediate question, which I feel like a lot of other people are going to be asking, is don't they have the ability to use this angel engine thing to just bring people back to life?
Yeah. So does murder, is that still an issue? Are you jailing
they're
someone for
saying he's
attempted murder?
dead. Wouldn't the first thing they would have done been just to, like,
Oh yeah.
connect him to this thing and just bring him back?
Yeah. I don't know. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there maybe. Who's to say? Because video 11 is called He is Risen. I wonder what that
Him
could mean.
risen.
Him risen.
Him be risen.
We get the angel, the weird like purpley creepy one, making claims stating he is risen and death is no longer and whatnot. Stephen,
I think that one's supposed to be Uriel.
Yeah,
I
see,
think.
Is it?
that's where some of this gets weird. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
the blonde hair indicates that this is Uriel because
Yeah.
at
Alright.
this point in the story, the only angel that is caged is Uriel. That's the only
Yeah.
thing they have hooked up to this thing at the moment.
That's fair, I suppose. But Uriel's just not looking so hot in general. That boy needs some help. But then we get a cut over to Mr. Eckelblum again, Stephen, and he lets us all know that, since Jesus beat death, Jeff will too, dude.
Yeah.
This too shall pass, bro. Like it's fine.
Jeff
it's cool.
will rise, bro.
Yeah.
It turns out Steve just full blown is just like, I'm be honest with you all. We cannot figure out how to work Jeff's new invention. So we need him back. Happy Easter. Like he just drops that bomb. He's like, yeah, none of us know how this thing works. It's also Happy Easter. Bye. Like
I don't.
We
I
don't know how
remember if
this
he
thing
said this or
works,
not,
but we're gonna use it to bring him back
yeah.
there.
so
Well,
he can tell us
no,
how it
there.
works.
I think Mike missed a thing about Jeff making an announcement that he had this like big thing that he was gonna announce soon, and then
Right.
he gets shot.
I said that.
So, oh,
Did
did you?
I?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just. I thought so, but that's the invention that they don't know how to work. Apparently, they know how to work the angel bath, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it.
The angel bath. The angel sauna.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Video 12 is free yourself from the flesh. We get
I
these weird
wish.
visuals of Jeff looking all like, I guess demonic would be the word. That's what I'm going with. He's looking demented. He's looking freaky. There's a lot of just like flashy imagery going on with him, not doing good.
Ha ha. Ha.
Ha ha ha. You thought I'd miss my reveal? Ha 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 ha.
Oh, hey ho.
Then we get a big old reveal of Jeff being at the the reveal of his new invention, where the AI gives a very good line read of "Ha ha ha! You thought I'd miss the reveal of my new invention?"
The
what
thing
is
is,
it?
like,
What
the
is this
bad
new invention?
AI voice kind of lends into the like '90s anime aesthetic of it all, though.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
it kind of comes across at times as just a bad dub.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I'm here for it sometimes. What is this new invention? You say? It's an artificial angel. Its name is Barishel, or however you pronounce it.
I don't know. I was saying it as like Barakial
Yeah,
or something.
Barakial is how I would.
Barakial. Okay,
Yeah.
Barakial. And he's like, we don't need an angel anymore. Like he flat out is just like, we don't need it. I got this artificial one. We
I
then
fucking made one, bro.
we then and this thing is kind of fucked up looking too. It's like,
Barakial.
tell everyone your name, and he's like, oh, Barakial, like very creepy. We then cut to a newscast of a report of a Jensen Goldstein, who is the guy that shot Jeff earlier. Also, he shot Jeff 3 times. I think that's a reference as well, because the number 3 that's a big thing
Is
in the
it
Bible.
the Holy Trinity?
There's the
He
Holy
shot him
Trinity.
for the
It's like,
Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
yeah, it's the Holy Trinity. Apparently, demons, like, they do things in threes, like they knock 3 times, they'll
yeah.
leave 3 scratches on you, things like that. The mark
They
of the
tickle
beast
your
is 3
butthole 3
6s.
times.
They do that. So 3s are just pretty prominent. But it turns out that Jensen Goldstein killed himself in prison. Allegedly.
No, don't kill yourself. You're too hot.
Video 13 is called "How to Awaken Your Angel Engine." Guess who we got in all his speechy goodness? We get the guy that's just like, how to. He sounds like
do we have a name for this thing ever?
I think we should just. I mean, what? I don't know if it's ever explicitly stated what this thing's name is. I mean, it is revealed what this thing is later in the lore, but
Right.
I think like the community just calls it the messenger.
the messenger.
What's the second one?
What's the second what?
So there's the one in the first video and there's the one in the second video. Is that the same thing?
So
I think it is, but it's just AI changing what it looks like.
I'm sorry to derail a little bit, but like if you look at the very first video and then you watch the second video, is that supposed to be the same thing?
I think so. I think it's just different art style
I
from the
believe
AI.
these are the same thing. Yes.
All right. Well, Matt.
Yeah, the face. So the face be kind of looking like something that comes back later, but I don't think it is. There's confusion about this, and like so if you go look at synopsises of this on like YouTube or whatever, there are small details that people do not agree on.
Yeah.
But I do believe that these are the same. Those are one and the same. I think any situation where you've got just an angel looking at the screen giving you instructions,
Same guy.
is the
So
same.
real quick,
It's the message.
can you go to video? Can you just play video 3 real quick? Because I thought this was 2 different things talking to each other.
Play video 3.
Yeah, part 3.
This is awesome
is
for
coming.
audio listeners.
Right. So
But like if you, it's you know what I'm saying?
yeah, it does look different, but I believe because of something that happens later that this is.
I thought
Same
it was 2 talking to each other, or at least 2 talking to us. I don't know. That changes a lot in my mind now. Anyways, underail. Sorry.
I think again, something else we have to keep in mind is, for all we know, the guy was just like, get that guy back, but make him look creepier, and the AI just edited it and made it look different.
Right. Well,
You
so
know, it's
that's
hard
the
to say.
thing. That's the thing, right? Is these are kind of old, so like now it's kind of difficult to reproduce the same thing multiple times with AI, like in exactly the same way. Some of the newer models are pretty good at it, but yeah.
Yeah, what these first videos are like 9 to 11 months old or something.
Yeah, AI moves fast, so
It sure do. So
9/11 drop.
how do you awaken your angel engine again? So we find out the steps for awakening an angel engine. First, just build a mainframe. It's that easy. Why don't you just do it?
Super simple.
Step 2, prepare yourself for what is about to commence. Pucker that butthole. Get it primed and ready. Step 3, just bleed. Bleed a whole lot. Bleed a lot. Bleed. Do that. And there you go. You awaken that machine's hunger. That's what he says. We then cut to Jeff, and he's at an interview, and it looks like he's going through some shit. He's like going through some PTSD. It looks like he's just sitting in that chair, like, oh, it's hitting him hard, whatever's hitting him. And the talk show guy,
I shouldn't have taken that second edible.
yeah, the talk show guy, who I'm assuming is Barry. It doesn't really say, but it's got the same. That's the only talk show guy we've heard of so far. But he's like, so Jeff, how was it being dead? And just like, fuck you.
Fuck you. Turn the fucking
Yeah.
camera off.
Turn the fucking camera off. And Barry's just like, bro, be cool. We're cool.
You know we're
Be cool?"
live, right?
Yeah, and he's just like, what's wrong? And then he's like, turn off the camera. Turn off the fucking camera. And he's like, yeah, and then the whole time Barry is kind of like, no, what? But it's supposed to be like, hey, what are you doing? But the AI is just like, hey, stop that.
That?
Yeah, and so we then cut to or not cut, but we then see the artificial angel like come into frame, and it looks like he kind of turns off the camera.
Yeah, Barackio's like,
Um,
we're done here.
Yeah, Brachio's like he's
My
playing.
client doesn't want to speak to you.
Yeah, he's pulling the spin team right now. He's like, spin it. How do we do this? Cut the show.
Right.
Video 4 is called Babylon Has Fallen. We start off with some weird like claymation style stuff of a person asking Jeff to join them in a paradise. Things get all fucky. Specifically, this person gets all fucky and like melty, I guess, looking. It turns into Meltman from Action League now.
Hell yeah, Kablam reference. Let's
Yeah.
go.
And Jeff then starts looking all corrupted himself. He starts looking less and less human, I would say. We cut to another interview where Jeff says to Steven that no one can help him or anyone anymore. His eternal rest is no more. His mortal wound spreads. Babylon has fallen. Now I am. Then we cut to the angels, and they're talking to or talking about a woman named Rachel. And I didn't like this part. It was very weird.
Rachel!
Yeah. They're like, oh, Rachel is sad. She's weeping for her children. And just shit like that. And she's like, they mentioned that she refused to be comforted for her kids because they were no more. Someone then walks up to the angel, and we only see the back of the person. I don't know who this is supposed to be.
This
it's
is
the
the
back
same.
of the person.
This is
It's the same guy from
boy from earlier.
Doug's.
Yes.
From
Yeah,
Doug's
this is
video.
like
yeah.
the adventurer
Yeah.
or
So
whatever.
Yeah.
he's the hero of the story, and he shows up a little bit more later. But basically,
I'm not gonna lie. At this point, so yeah, we see the back of him. It's like a person with blonde hair and a red cape, and the angel asks them if he will end the angel's suffering. I thought at first, at like first watch, up until like later on, that this blonde person was supposed to be Jeff.
Geoff.
But the AI just kind of messed with everything, because it would make sense before, where it's like, oh, you want to make your angel engine, you have to go through these trials and tribulations. It's like Jeff did all that to get the angel engine. You know what I mean? That was where my thought process was going for a bit there.
Man, there's a lot to this story. So for those listening, because right now we're debating things and we don't have a clear idea, like we will eventually, obviously, but Rachel, big name. Remember Rachel. In their suffering is another like reoccurring thing you're gonna see through this. Keep that in mind too. I'm not gonna go into it all right now because I want Mike to go through his videos, but like just things to think about while you're listening to what we're saying.
Yeah.
Because Rachel will come up later.
Rachel. Video 15 is called Angel Corpse, or not corpse as in like a dead body, but CORPS. We start with seeing this new like angel like being. Core, I guess, yeah, I guess you do say core. You see this new like angelic kind of entity, and it belongs to the angel core. And
is it core or corpse?
I think it's corpse. I think Doug is right though. I think it is pronounced core.
I think CORPS is core.
Yeah, because you have like the Army Corps.
I'm not sure.
Like
I'm not actually sure on
Like
that. So please
Corps.
correct me if
or
I'm
Marine
wrong.
Corps. Yeah,
that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. To try to describe what this thing looks like, think like creepy buff RoboCop, kind of just without the helmet part, and it's just like a bald head. That's that's the best way I could describe this thing.
Ned Flanders.
It's some very very early '90s anime shit. It's
Yeah.
got like
It's a big old
Evangelion
mech.
like
Yeah.
vibes.
Yeah. But this thing is like propped up, and it's asked how bad its pain is from 1 to 10, and it's like 10. I felt kind of bad for this thing.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
and then he's just like,
The guy's
good,
just like good.
great.
He's like, all right, great. So this one's ready.
Telling you, the
and-
angel racists are full force in this.
Yep. Turns out this quote unquote new angel is a soldier from the Tower of Babel. Russell, this newscaster that we are introduced to, interviews Stephen, who we've met before. Stephen again is like the spokesperson for the Tower of Babel, and as they're talking to each other, as they're talking to each other, this happens a lot throughout the series, which I kind of appreciate a little bit. As they're talking to each other, the soldiers behind them, he's just like, "Help," and that happens
yeah.
pretty frequently. Like two people will be talking, and like there'll be like an angel behind them, or someone will be like, "Help me, like, get me out of here," like, and they
Please,
just
please help
ignore
me.
it. They just completely ignore it every time. The only time they don't is this time. He goes, "Help," and Russell's just like, What?" And the guy's just like, "No, don't worry about it. It just does that sometimes."
What's baffling to
And
me is
then-
like there are moments where like people start like being like, maybe we shouldn't be letting these people do this, and it's
Yeah.
like astonishing to me that it really takes that long. But
this long.
yeah,
Yeah. So it turns out that these soldiers are basically they're supposed to help with smaller problems that the main angel engine is too preoccupied to solve. So
Yeah, think of them as portable angel engines.
yeah, they're portable angel engines. You drop them in, they're like, "Oh man, I spilled my milk," and it's like, wham, it's not spilled anymore.
Angel
Off I
Engine Light.
go. Yeah, it's
I think the
Iron Man's
real
Iron Fleet.
The real important thing here is that these are totally artificial. They are not angels in and of themselves. They're like
Yeah,
they've
the
been
big
bred.
thing is that Ernstman was able to make artificial angels, like
Yeah.
clearly. So
As
Clearly.
Russell and Steven are talking, the soldier thing like grabs Russell's shoulder. He's like, "What's it doing?" And the guy's just like, "It's not supposed to do that. What's going on?" And then Russell's arm looks like it like kind of begins to like rot away or something. You just hear Russell like screaming a little bit, and the AI is doing great here when it comes to line reads, because you just hear like the interview guy is just like, "That's not supposed to happen," like, and just little things like that.
no,
yeah.
stop.
Things aren't going so good for old Russell. Video 16. It's called Justice for Russell. Turns out something happened to Russell. He died. We have a news broadcast, and they're just like,
They rustled his jimmies.
"He done did a die."
Jimmy's are Russell.
We then also we then figure out that there have
Wrestling
been protests at the there have been protests at the G20 summit, and they are going bonkers. You have countries that are concerned about the ownership of these of not only just the Angel but the Angel Core, and you have like multiple countries getting in like essentially fistfights about this thing. Italy, where the G20 summit is being held, is like, "I have a solution. Let's call in these same Angel Cores to be security for the summit. You know, the ones that we're just fighting about and we're complaining about.
And
Let's
they're
have
just
them
killing
play
random
fucking
people.
bodyguard." Yeah. This upsets a lot of people, and the hashtag Justice for Russell starts gaining traction, because people are like, "Hey, that thing just killed a guy, and you're just gonna have it be security at like the most important fucking political stage ever." But that's okay.
See, this is baffling to me that people are up in arms about it killing Russell. Are they angry at the Angel, or are they angry at
the people for not bringing him back?
No, the people for constructing this thing that killed him? Because it's like if a zoo cages a wild bear and
We all just go
and
look
the
at it.
bear is like, "Help me, fucking help me, I'm in pain," and then the bear eats its handler, are people
Yeah.
gonna get mad at the bear?
It's Shamu. These things are Shamu.
I guess.
Yeah, that's and why did they just bring Russell back from dead?
Also that.
Death, you know. But this is what I got a little confused as what happened next. So we see the Angel Corps playing security, and there's like one particular that we focus in on, and you can hear like protests and like things going around, and the Angel's like, "Please stay back, don't come closer," all that stuff. And one protester seems to come up to the Angel with some device. It looks like a slow cooker. I'm
It looks
assuming
like
it's a
pot.
bomb.
Oh, like like a pressure
I
cooker
I
bomb.
assumed it was a yeah, I assumed it was a bomb because afterwards you get this like pan out and it's just you just hear like the sounds of people kind of screaming.
Yeah, that
So I
appears to be
assumed
what's
someone brought a
happening.
bomb. Yeah. Um that is it for that episode. Now what I'm going to do, like I mentioned before, I'm going to cover Jason's parts. I did rewatch through his parts before we recorded and everything. But again, I'm going to be going off of his outline here. So if I miss anything, I might need you boys to kind of, pop up on something if I forget about it.
Don't worry, I'll open his notes too.
So, episode 17 is "You Are the Salt of the Earth." And basically, what we have here is an angel being transposed over its current state. Ernstman clashes with an investor over contract fulfillment,
Oh no,
and the angel begs for help.
that's
Which is not true. Ernstman is pretty much just like, I'll have to do what you fucking say. Fuck the contracts. And the guy's like, no, you signed a deal. He's basically like, my dick's big. Go fuck yourself. Um, we also find out that the um leader of the quote unquote yellow coats, we get this like again, this like weird interview type of thing with a um this guy named Jamie. We get that in a second, but there's this guy named Jamie. He's talking about how awful the Angel Engine is and that it just should not exist. He's wearing a yellow raincoat just like that Goldstein person that shot Jeff the first time. Jamie then appears as a guest on the Barry Donovan talk show where he explains that he full-heartedly agrees with Jensen, the guy who shot Jeff. And if everyone was willing to lay down their life for the truth, just like Jensen did, we wouldn't be in this pickle that we are now, where we have these weird angels being tortured and created. But he's basically like, no, Jensen did nothing wrong. Like he's a hero. He's basically Luigi Mangione in this guy. um, and there's now this, I guess, group of people in yellow raincoats. And that is going to be it for that episode.
yellow
The
raincoat
next one,
people. Great.
yeah, I'm realizing right now that Jason did not label the names of the videos, so I'm just going to say video 18.
How to survive no one.
How to survive no one. The angel gives instructions on how to survive the coming horde. You don't run. Don the full armor of the Lord, and don't believe their threats. Anyone who drinks will thirst. We get I'm so sorry, Doug. Did you do that, or are you
No,
making
I
it
have
bad?
no idea what that is. I don't know what that is at all. Like
What? I'm not looking at the notes. So
It's
I
just
don't
some
know what's happening.
gobbledygook. It's just some gobbledygook on his
it's
fucking thing.
just a bunch of like it's like he like smashed the keyboard with his face
Yeah.
and then put that as a bullet point.
But yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's that like angel thing talking to us, basically giving us instructions on how to survive what's about to occur. Um. So then, we get this like emergency broadcast that comes up, and
Here-
the angel corps.
I'm realizing as we're going back through this, the second thing that Doug was talking about,
Yeah.
might be Uriel.
Is it? I didn't know what it was because I swear in video 3 they're talking back and forth to each other.
Because it's the
Yeah.
thing. It is the thing that is hooked up to the Angel Engine.
Right?
So, yeah, but it doesn't look
Mm.
anything like the other pictures of Uriel at all. But
That's
I
the
think
problem.
It
is
might
that
be like a, it might be like
I
an
think
end
it's
of
just.
story type of thing. Like that's
I
what
honestly
he's
think it's just AI
I don't think so.
like
I
not
think it's
knowing what it's
Uriel.
doing.
And the big thing that leads me to believe that is it says I love you. And
Yeah.
that's Uriel's whole shtick, is that despite
Mhm.
the fact that he came down to Earth and they imprisoned him and turned him into this pain generator, he still
We did
has love for
see-
humanity.
I was gonna say in in video 9, you do see Uriel like decaying away. So maybe this is like what he
It's just
turned
a
out
it's
looking
just a
like.
more decayed state of Uriel where his blonde hair is gone, I guess.
Yeah,
Because
maybe.
the blonde hair is really the only way that you can identify Uriel, other than by
Mhm.
using context clues.
Yeah. Excuse me. But anyway, yeah, we
Yeah,
get this
that-
alert
yeah.
system that the Angel Corps are now scouring the Earth for Jeff Ernstman, who has gone missing. They say essentially things like, "Hey, these angels are going to come to your home. Everyone's home. They're literally going everywhere. If they come to your house, just let them in." It basically saying like if you're innocent and you have nothing to hide, then you'll be fine. But they're just like, "Yep, they're going to be coming around your house
That
and
sounds very
just
familiar.
deal with it." Yeah, right.
This isn't topical at all.
No.
Jason then wrote here, the anchor is then shown to be marked. And I think he meant like the broadcaster, like the news anchor, but he did not reference that very well.
So
I believe
so
it's 'cause
what
I think what he
happens?
means
his
is
face
the
goes
face gets,
the
yeah, I
hole-
think what he
yeah,
means
he
is
gets a
the
hole in his
face.
face.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
there's
which
this
we've seen a
thing
couple times.
Yeah, there's this thing that's been happening with the people that are talking where they appear to be corrupted by something, I guess, because the black. It's almost like something is puppeting them.
Yeah.
At this point in time, it's pretty like fair to say like maybe it's like what we're quoting is the messenger right now speaking through those holes, because every time that hole shows up, that same voice, regardless of if the AI meant to do that or not, is what it sounds like.
I was
be fair.
thinking, and Jason wrote it down too. I had the same thought. It's kind of like an Antichrist figure.
Yeah,
That is
so
a thing.
yeah, so that's the thing that I think we explain a little bit more here in just a second.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
go
think
through
that,
the next, what is it, 2 videos?
yeah, I just think that's kind of
Yeah, that's basically
The-
what's going on, I think.
I think that's what they're shaping up to it being.
So to be fair, to put this into a little bit more of retrospective, in the first couple of videos, there's a part where they're warning you about something and to not
Mhm.
trust him.
Yeah.
And every time we see the president shown on camera, we
gets
get
fucky.
that like, don't trust him. He's not who they say they are. They're deceiving you kind of thing.
Right.
So like, I think at this point in time, we can quite preferably say that whatever's controlling the president is a foe to the angels. I don't know. Matt, do you want to word that better maybe?
Yeah, so I think like there's two forces there's two forces at work here. There's the angels, which are legitimately descended from heaven
Mhm.
by God and have God's intentions in mind. And there's another unspecified force at work that is trying to stop the angels from being seen as the good guys.
Helpful. Yeah.
The other part is that we as humans are doing a bad.
Right.
Doing a big
Well,
bad.
that's
fair.
kind of evident from the whole, like the very beginning, is where the angels are trying to say, "Hey, let us out. We're in pain. This isn't right." And basically, Mr. Ernstman and his folks and whatever entity he's at work with are basically like they're working very hard to control the narrative on this.
Mhm.
And
Spin team.
yeah.
Any hoodle. So yeah, the with video 19, the president announces some shit. Like it he's like, "Oh, we're at war. They're getting their nukes ready and blah 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 blah." I'm giving him Reagan
His
voice because
voice actually sounds like Bush though. He sounds like
it
W.
does. It does, but I prefer thinking of this demon as Reagan. Um,
Real
so
quick, who are we seeing in this one? This one confused me a little bit.
The president of the USA.
The first thing we see in this video is that
Oh, the
supposed to be
first thing
Barakiel?
yeah, that's Barakiel.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I figured. It's just a very new version of them.
Yeah.
That's Barakiel.
That is all.
Yeah, we basically we see
The big tail with Barakiel is usually the big white wings in the background.
Yeah.
That's fair.
we see the president giving his spiel. Barakiel is behind him. The president's also got that weird like face thing going on a lot where it's like just a black hole in his face. Um a timer starts to tick down from 10 as we see scenes from other areas on Earth. It's at this point when you're like, yeah, the president seems like he's in on something or possessed or being swayed by something. He's got his like team behind him as we see. They kind of look cult-ish, like it's just a group of people behind him. And he's just like, "Do we have any women here?" And they're just like,
Any women?
and yeah, and one of the officials whispers something into the president's ear, and he's just like, I gotta go." He's like, "Excuse me, I have an important meeting," and that's that for right now. Um, you see a plane flying, these big bright lights, and then or this big bright light, and then humans like figures of like humans like melting away essentially, which seems like a nuke was dropped somewhere. And then you get an angel that says that they still love us. It's kind of creepy.
A widow creepy.
He's
A little creepy, but yeah, it looks like we have some sort of nuclear war going on now.
War were declared.
War were declared.
With Venezuela.
Wowie.
George.
Zowie. It's
George.
been a minute since George Zowie himself has come into the studio.
Or Dr. Fartbutt.
Or Dr.
What are
Marcus
they doing?
Fartbutt. Yeah. So
He's getting his PhD in fart butting.
Matt's gonna take over because
Wowie zowie.
well, some things were bungled.
Yeah, it's fine. So the next video that's of relevance is Angel Engine Part 20. This one's called You Knew. And basically, there's just a bunch of fucked up visualization of Jeff and the messenger and Uriel going back and forth. And the synopsis of their conversation is basically Uriel and the messenger are talking down to Jeff and telling him that he knew what was going to happen and that his hubris caused everything bad that's happening as a result of the Angel Engine. And then we also get a glimpse of that thing that we think is controlling Jeff that he saw when he died. So basically, it's just all of these entities talking down to either talking down to Jeff, or Jeff is hearing these things speak to him because he feels guilty because he knew what was going to happen.
He also, I'm sure it's on purpose, but like when we see him again, he's like, "Oh, I'm not going anywhere." Like his face looks like a mask, and I think that's
It's
on
like him
purpose.
putting on, like putting on a face and saying like his doubts are creeping in, but he's putting on a face for the people. So basically, what this is all saying is that somehow Jeff should have known or did know all of the bad things that were going to happen as a result of creating the Angel Engine. Now, this is sort of hinted at in the very final part of this video where Jeff, Dr. Ernstman, is looking in the mirror. He's looking in a mirror, and all of a sudden, mid-sentence, he sort of transforms into the messenger. And it's like they're speaking as one. And it's sort of hinting that the messenger and Jeff are the same individual, or at least connected in some way. So the next thing is Angel Engine Part 21, The Tower is at Hand. And this is where we are introduced to the office hours, and we're introduced to this thing that is called Babylon the Great. Later, this will have another name. They're the same entity, but this thing is called Babylon the Great, and it's a woman that is standing behind a man, and it is addressing the citizens, and all of a sudden, everything glitches out, and we start hearing from Uriel in his like super decayed, fucked up state. And what Uriel basically is doing is interrupting this broadcast and telling us or telling someone not to listen to these people that are talking. And it basically warns us about the vastness of Gehenna and that they can't save your soul, essentially, is what it's saying. That, and then it goes on to explain that you need to take up his symbol and go towards the tower, which really is the angel telling whoever is listening or whoever will listen, which the hero, it's sort of suggesting that the hero or that blonde kid is one of these people that's listening to this broadcast, because it shows a bunch of kids that are very similar looking to that kid. And basically it's this angel or Uriel is trying to deliver the message that the kids need to turn towards God and actually accept the symbol of Jesus Christ, which is the cross, and fight back against Dr. Ernstman and the people who are doing this, that are controlling the Angel Engine. So the next thing is Angel Engine Part 22, which is called How to Save a Soul from Burning. So we're being spoken to by the messenger again, and he says, how to save a soul from burning. If the soul is born to heathen parents, take the infant, purify them, and remove their tattoo. And then we're shown removing a cross tattoo from a child. And then step 2, house them in great quantities and indoctrinate them. Step 3, upon their 14th birthday, have them take the mark. She is here. Let them in. So this is where we get another shot of this lady who is the same woman that was hosting the office hours. And this lady is, again, known as Babylon the Great. And she is sort of like a spokesperson entity thing that is indoctrinating people to join this cause and like become part of this cult that's basically based around the Angel Engine. Angel Engine 23 is called If the Saints Start Speaking to You. And in this video, we're told that if a saint starts speaking to you, don't listen, don't believe. They're lying. Speak to a priest, pray to Ernstman, take the mark. So this is like in the format of a PSA, and basically what this is propaganda to try to brainwash people into not listening to saints, which I guess are... A saint shows up later, but they're sort of like the same thing as the angels. Basically, it's just telling you to ignore when angels or things heavenly are speaking to you and just believe Ernstman instead, and to take the mark, which is the mark that marks you as part of this cult. Now, later in the video, we do see one of these saints things pop up behind a kid, and they'll show up again later. But these are presumably some sort of other thing besides the angels that have been sent from God to communicate with human beings. Part 24 is called Do You Want to Be an Angel? And here we get to see that Barakiel is still up to his fucking antics. We get a shot of 2 kids, they're just playing, and then Barakiel shows up, and he's like, hey, can I play? What you fucking doing? What you up to?
I want to play.
I want to play. And then it cuts to a news broadcast, and we learn that Babel 2 is under criticism because of Barakiel. And he's just wandering about on his fucking own, getting up to antics, just walking up to children like a fucking creep. And people are not taking this well. And this is where we learn that Barakiel was basically verbally abused by Ernstman and company. It's like, up until this point, I think you can make the case that Dr. Ernstman is at least attempting to do something with the angel engine and not just cause pain for the sake of it. But now we see Barakiel, which is this artificial angel that Dr. Ernstman has created. And he's like, I don't understand what's going on. I just want to have friends. And they're like, you fucking idiot. You're not an angel. You're not a human being. You don't get to become an angel. You're a failure. And
Stay in the lab, you little bitch.
yeah, you're supposed to just stay in the lab. You belong in the lab. And Barakiel's just like, I just want friends. And it's super duper sad. And then at the end, we get a transmission from this thing called Babel 1. And Babel 1 is a green face on a screen. Because I think this is insanely confusing. And I don't think, like, I had to have this explained to me by something I read, but it does make sense. I'm just going to say that Babel 1 and the Great Babylon, which is the lady, are apparently the same being. Babel 1 is an artificial intelligence that was created to, I suppose, like, talk to people or lead this cult or whatever and be on Dr. Ernstman and Babel 2's side. And it eventually does take on like a semi-human form, which is when it becomes Babylon the Great. Maybe that's revealed like subtly through the rest of it, but I think just knowing that knowing that straight up doesn't detract anything from the story. So, and I think it makes things less confusing. So they are one and the same. So we see Babel here at the end that suggests. And it basically just asks, do you want to be an angel? And it kind of seems like it's not clear to me whether she is talking to Barakiel and like attempting to give Barakiel some sort of hope that he could become an angel, or maybe it's talking to a wider audience and asking if people want to ascend to angelness. That I'm not entirely sure of. Angel Engine Part 25 is called The Great Revolt. So this is where we find out that people are really fucking not jazzed about what's going on here anymore. we see
It's super muddled.
Yeah, we see another video of an angel core that is again pleading for help. It's tied up to a cross, and it's basically begging for help while the Babylon office hours are going on in front of it. The Babylon office hours, again, are that thing from earlier where the Great Babylon was talking, but she's not there this time because she's out doing other stuff. We see a saint appear behind this angel core, and then the saint starts speaking. And we learn that allegedly this is the 1000th anniversary of the Great Revolt when angels tried to stage a coup against Babel, I assume, and then we get this conversation between this saint, and then this saint tells this kid that I guess is the same kid as the hero that he needs to go to the Holy Land and do something, I guess. I don't know.
Do something.
So this is where like the whole, well, it's not where, but this is more of this entire timeline being very muddled because it's shown, I think, when Jeff Ernstman dies earlier that he actually lived for like 1,000 years. It's like 1992 to 3000 something. So this is the 1000th anniversary of some sort of angel coup that happened. So somewhere in this whole timeline of events, we've missed a lot of the time, but the Angel Engine stuff happened. People got really upset. The angels tried to stage a coup through talking to people and trying to get them to turn on Babel. And I guess it wasn't very successful because now we've had 1,000 years of this cult being run by this artificial intelligence. But there's at least some resistance now being staged by these saints that are attempting to communicate with these children and get them to go to a holy land or something and get them to assist in the
Help.
revolt. Yeah, help. Sorry, I thought you were going to say something.
Nope. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Help.
So, part 26. How to build your own angel.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, we get more information from the messenger here. And the messenger lets us know how you build your own angel. Step 1. Go to your captive angel. Take their DNA. Find a viable host. And 3. Splice the angel's DNA into the host's egg. The angel engine can be used to jumpstart the process, apparently. Like, Jeff's like, hey, we can use the angel engine to jumpstart the process if the host isn't taking the angel DNA very well. But I don't usually like resorting to those sort of methods. There's also another of this hint here that like the messenger and Jeff are the same person, because the messenger is speaking, and in the middle of the messenger speaking, it transitions to Jeff talking, and they like finish each other's sentences.
Sandwiches. Damn.
Oof.
Yeah. So basically what this video is letting us know is that the way that Jeff was able to create his own angels was to just take a lady, a girl,
Rachel.
and just take some DNA from an angel and just stick it in there. Just really just get it in there.
Get a turkey baster.
This is
Fill that bad
actually
boy.
kind of what I was alluding to earlier, where we find out that Rachel is like the mother
Mhm.
of these angels. 'Cause
She's
she's the
weeping for her
host for them.
children. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the next thing is Boots. It's a remake of the Boots video from earlier. The only thing I'll say about
'Cause
this,
why not? If you could have one, but you could have two.
Two boots.
Yeah.
Well, boots come
videos.
in pairs, so it makes sense.
That's true.
the only thing I'll say about this is I think that this does sort of talk, like, even though it's not super plot heavy, it does kind of indicate that there was at some point some war against the Angel Corps, and like people revolted. They tried to fight.
Mm.
It didn't turn out
But they
well.
lost.
Yeah, it didn't go good. And
They
then
didn't give any credit to anyone again in this video.
hey,
Just saying.
Sounds about right.
hey, you take a bunch of AI, you take a bunch of people's ideas, you smash them all up, you shit them out. You don't need credit.
Take a bunch of AI, you take them ideas, and you poop them out your butthole. Yeah.
Angel
there you have
Engine
it.
Part 27 is an emergency broadcast. So in this, Babel 1 lets us know that Babel 2 is under attack. Apparently, it's by people revolting. So I guess this is an emergency message for employees in Babel 2, letting them know that they're under attack. And then we are also informed that our God has failed. He's too weak, and it appears that the worst case scenario has come to fruition. And the next thing that I wrote down notes about this 25-second thing. Is this in? I did not watch the video that was uploaded today. Is this part of the video that was uploaded today?
27, what you just covered, was uploaded today.
So that's
Where
the one
Are
that was
You
uploaded today.
Yeah,
Okay.
Where Are You is also. So basically, Where Are You is we see Uriel saying, Mom, where were you? Why didn't you save me? Why didn't you protect me? I was dying and you didn't even notice me. And like, it's really short. It's like 25 seconds or whatever. The whole time they're saying this, there's like a depiction of Christ going like, I'm here, child. Like, I'm here for you, child. Like, and
Yeah.
that's all it is. That's like literally
so
all it is.
basically, I took this to be that Uriel is speaking to God and saying, because God sent Uriel to try to save the humans, and they caged him. Uriel is saying, why did you let them do that to me? I was crying out to you. Why didn't you save me? Like, why did you leave me captured and there to torture? And God looks like he feels like
looks
he really
bad.
fucked up.
He's like,
He's looking
"Ugh."
bad.
Maybe this
My
wasn't
bad,
the
dude.
yeah. Maybe this wasn't the move. I was having an off
Dog.
day. I was having an
Uriel.
off
He's like,
millennia.
I thought I was doing a thing, but
Yeah.
Uriel,
Yeah.
I'm straight up not having a good time.
Not
bro.
my best 1,000 years, I gotta be honest.
I'm having a Baja
I also
bad
think-
time.
I also think because of this video, I think anytime you see Uriel or one of the Angel Corps guys, like whenever they're in the background, when there's like the newscast or whatever, and they're just like, help, save me or whatever. I think they're talking to God at that point, not
Oh,
the
like they're pleading
audience.
to God, not pleading to
Well,
whoever's
to be
Yeah.
laughing.
fair, there is a
Yeah.
point where you could say that they are pleading to us because one of them does like offer. I think when the messenger says it that your reward will be plentiful for
Oh, your wage will
saving
be
me.
big or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So, um, it's. Do we just want to go into our thoughts, or does that? Because I mean that's the
Yeah.
last video. They uploaded that like a couple hours ago, to be
Mm.
honest. So that's where we're at. This is ongoing. There's more videos to come out, I can only assume. They come out pretty frequently, so it is what it is. But I guess if you guys want to share your thoughts on stuff, we can go from there.
Yeah, I mean, do we want to like summarize basically what has happened or what we think has happened?
Yeah.
So, yeah, basically something bad happened where humanity was left on the brink of extinction or in a really bad spot, and they prayed to God to send them or to help them out. And God was like, "Bet."
Kind of explained in episode 1.
Yeah.
Mm.
God was like, "Bet," and sent Uriel down to help out. And Uriel was like, "Yo, I'm here." And they were like, and then Dr. Ernstman was like,
Get him.
"Yeah, grab that thing." And they hooked it up to a
It's
machine.
coming right for us.
And now Uriel's just a big angel battery. And and then Dr. Ernstman was like, "Hey, I bet we can make more of these things." And then took Uriel's DNA and crammed it into
Rachel.
into Rachel, yeah, made more angels. And then
That's how we got Barakiel.
yeah, that's how we got Barakiel. And then they were like super trying to control the narrative on this. Dr. Ernstman fucking dies and then gets sent to hell. I guess it's kind of suggested that when he gets sent to hell, he's latched onto by some sort of demonic force that is now trying to control him and make him do even more bad. And then then they take their whole fucking army of artificial angels and try to control people with them, and people fight back, and it doesn't go well for the people, and then people just kind of submit to them for like 1,000 years, and then some
God's Ice
saints,
Task Force.
yeah, and then some saints show up, and they're like, "Hey, let's try this again. Let's try not letting them get away with this again." And that's kind of where we're at, I guess.
Yeah, it's there's a lot to be definitely inferred. There's a lot of questions, there's a lot of unknowns, like we just don't know everything. It's still coming out. They're still publishing stuff. Um
I like the
so
concept. Very fun. Very cool.
I like the concept.
Yes.
I think there's a couple things that took me out, and again, I kind of voiced that with the boot stuff. I don't like that they're like taking content and not giving any credit and still using the AI and not saying like a lot of people if you read the comments on the boots videos, people are being educated in the comments that this is something that was done a long time ago. And I was like, "Ooh." Um I'm not like a super big like hater on AI stuff. I think if they had the means to get artists to do it, that'd be better for sure. But I don't really have any room to speak on like what
What do you mean
like
they were
AI stuff they're doing.
educating them that this happened a long time ago?
If you look in the comments, like people are like, "Oh, this is crazy," and then someone will be like, "Yeah, so this is actually just a poem that like this guy read."
Oh, I see. Okay, you're talking about the boots.
Yeah. Um, it it took me out a little bit when I learned that they did that. And again, I don't really care that they used AI all too much. Because if it's like one dude that can't draw and doesn't have the means to like hire an animator, like sure, like AI is just another tool to use to do the thing that you want to do. I think the story is very cool. I think there's a lot of personally it felt like it didn't flow very well. Like I feel like there was a lot of ideas that they were trying to do and it kind of was all just like kind of plopped together. Again, I don't know if this person did anything else other than this, so it could be their first thing. And like again, we see a lot of first time people doing stuff and it's a little sloppy and it's a little all over the place, and that's totally fine. I generally do like where the story is going. I think it has the potential to be really good. I hope they can, I don't know, maybe move away from whatever it is they're doing with the AI. Maybe they can do something a little more cohesive. But I think the problem with it is that it makes you confused on what you're seeing. There's a lot of like this whole episode, we were like, wait, who's that? Oh,
Yeah.
is it this guy
Yeah.
or who are we
And I
talking
think,
about?
I mean, we're pretty stupid, but I think we're not the only ones. Because,
Yeah.
like I said earlier, if you watch synopsises or read the wiki of this, there are people have different opinions about what is who.
Mhm.
One of the big things that I don't think people seem to agree on is it seems as though the messenger is speaking to the hero at some point, and there's in one of the videos it's shown that the hero kid walks up to this angel that is like all tied up in these wires and shit. And because they're tied up in wires and shit, you may think that that is Uriel, but it seems to be that that is actually the messenger, because the messenger is leading the hero there. But so like he's attached to the wall for some reason in wires.
Yeah.
And that is how that happens is not super clear to me.
I don't
think
think
that's
you're
the
supposed to know yet, because I'm assuming that takes place in the far distant future.
Yeah,
And
there's
I
a
don't think
thousand
that part
years
of the
worth
story's
of
been told
lore
yet.
here that
Yeah.
needs to be filled in. The other thing is, what doesn't make a lot of sense to me is like the consensus among the community is that the messenger and Jeff Ernstman are in fact the same entity, and the messenger came back through time to tell Dr. Ernstman how to create the angel engine, and then
the America of time.
yes, through the not the Gulf of American time, um, to tell him how to create the angel engine, but presumably he fucked it up somehow, or decided to,
Butterfly effect.
or maybe the angel engine initially was created to save humanity, and it went well the first time, but Jeff got greedy. Who's to say? But the thing that isn't clear to me, and I can't tell if it's intentional or if it's just like one of those situations where they're just kind of making up things as they go. But the messenger kind of goes back and forth between playing this role of being the good guy and trying to be the voice of truth, but also in some of the way that the messenger narrates everything, it the messenger seems deceptive, because there's that one video where the messenger is speaking, but it's explaining to you how to brainwash someone. And so is that the messenger just playing the narrator and explaining to you how the process works, or is the messenger suggesting like that these people need to be brainwashed? In which case they're evil.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I get you. I think because it doesn't make sense if the messenger is Jeff, why
I'm not sure
would
I
it be
really
doing
like
either
that.
good or bad things and not just things that Jeff is already doing? You know what I mean? Like, and also Jeff. We saw him die, and then we see he's kind of like corrupted by a demon. So is Jeff and the messenger the same person, or did some sort of demon possess Jeff and take him over, and he's the messenger, and that's what goes back in time?
Well,
That would explain the evil stuff.
the thing
But
is, though, the timeline that led to the messenger's existence is not necessarily the timeline that we're following, because the timeline that we're following is entirely a result of the messenger coming back in time and explaining to Jeff how to create the angel engine. The only reason that Jeff knows that he can use Uriel to create the angel engine is because the messenger told him.
yeah, I don't know.
So is that the messenger telling Jeff that? Did that send the timeline off into an alternate timeline
Butterfly effect.
where like maybe in the original timeline where Jeff becomes the messenger, he's not corrupted by the demon, I guess is what I'm saying.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out as this thing goes along.
Maybe.
Who's to say?
It's
I don't
difficult
know.
for me to say at this point whether this is really all planned out in advance and this person has an idea of what they're doing, or if it's really just
Off
they're
the
just
cuff.
kind of creating shit as they go.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of this was hard for me to follow, mostly because like um the visuals for me were very hard to like they're jarring at certain points, like the way some things like moved, it just flickered away, and how a lot of the imagery, like Jeff changes how he looks in like every fucking panel because it's AI, and it was hard to keep track of what was going on because so much of it was just random stuff. And something that we didn't even talk about at all was in some of the videos, like some of the like interview videos on the fucking Barry Donovan show, there will be parts where Barry's talking, and then the like screen itself, you see like the weird creature hands like go over, grab the screen, pull it
Yeah,
down,
it does that a lot, and I so this
and
is
it's like, what is that all about? Because
Mm,
to me, that's inferring that it is like being a bit meta, like it's messing with us, the physical viewer, not anybody in story.
right.
But I don't know.
that I really want to like this a lot more than I do. And I think it's because the story is so sporadic and so chaotic that it's hard to like a lot of the time I think that's the problem with the AI-ness of it all. And again, I'm not trying to say like they can't use AI and you shouldn't use AI and whatever. Like that's I'm not the stance I'm trying to take, but it's really hard to gauge what is important.
Mm.
So when I was in college, I took a film class. And one of the things you like the one of the first things you learn in film class is that every shot of a film or like anything you watch should have some bit of meaning. And the problem with the AI is that you don't know what's important and what isn't when you're seeing it because
Yeah.
it's AI. It's just doing things. And that's what really makes it hard to determine what is going on in this because you have 45 different designs for each character. You get a bunch of different views of the same thing all the time, so it's hard to tell like who's who. There's no
Characters start looking the
real
same, like Muriel and the messenger at some points look identical.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
right.
there's a lot of visual storytelling going on, but it's very difficult to tell what is actually there because it's relevant and what's there just because they thought it looked cool.
mm.
Right. Exactly. And like again, I'm
Which
not
is
trying to
a
poo-poo
huge
on
problem with
their
analog horror in general, really. But
again, I'm not trying to like poo-poo all too much on this, but like, and I think there's a lot of room for improvement too. Like, I think if the person who made this has like that full story kind of mapped out in their head, great, awesome. I would love to hear it be told. I just wish that we could do it without the AI in this sense, because I think if we had a construct like a if we had like a format that followed the same like visuals the whole way through, we'd be able to, understand the story more. That's really it.
yeah,
Like I again, they don't have the means to do that. That's fine.
I
It
think
is what it is.
I my theory is that this person had this concept in their head, a very loose concept. They just made this AI thing. They put it on TikTok, and people were like, "Oh, this is fucking sick looking," which it is fucking sick looking. And then they just kind of ran with it, and now it's where it is. I think if
Honestly,
this
that's just the society right now. Is
right, yeah,
there
that's just
people see a minute and a half video and they're like, I could watch
yeah.
that.
And it
Like,
is very cool. The aesthetic is very cool. It does have it at
mhm.
least have a cohesive aesthetic that is very neat.
Right.
But I would like to see, and I imagine, well, the one thing we didn't mention is there's a Steam game that's coming out soon,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is kind of sick. But I imagine because this is so popular, maybe eventually there's going to be a retelling of this entire thing in some more cohesive format. And I think that is going to be super cool.
Yeah.
I think
I
if this
agree.
person
Yeah.
could start over from the beginning, knowing and learning what they've done now, and just like do it all again from the beginning, it would be way better.
So I have to ask, because I know we've already brought up the topic. If the Steam game is all AI, what are we thinking here? All visually AI.
As
Is
long as
is
it's
that bad? Is
consistent.
that good?
If as long as I don't play the game and go, as long as I don't play the game and feel as though my experience is worse for it having been AI, I don't care. But
Okay.
if I'm playing the game and there's like wonky shit that's happening that's making it difficult to follow because it's been made with AI and if it's taking me out of it, then I'm not gonna be happy about it.
Damn, we spent a lot of time on this one. I'll tell you what, boys. But
I
yeah.
think it's justified though, because this is an extremely popular. This is probably like the
Mhm.
single biggest analog thing at the moment. I think.
Yeah. I'm glad we covered it. I thought it was very interesting. I can't wait to see how it goes. On that note, I guess I'll just kind of say real quick: you follow us on our socials. We're DLUTI Pod, or don't look under the internet. Don't look under the internet everywhere. Send us an email: DLUTIPod@gmail.com. We'll read it. There you go. Who's up engineering their angels right now?
Hey.
Hey, Matt, what do you got to say for people, beautiful people?
Something about a Venezuelan oil rig or something got captured today. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you're doing the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that. We took over an
Oil rig.
Remember
Venezuela.
when it was about? Remember how it was about drugs? Mm-hmm.
Oil rig.
Oil rig. Doug, what do you have to say?
I don't know. Make sure you have like your Narcan on hand in case Andy Dick is ODing in the street or something.
Be
Oh,
resourceful.
okay. I feel like this is important. There is a tag, a line at the very bottom of the Steam listing for the Angel Engine game that says, while generative AI was used in the creation of the original Angel Engine web series, no AI was employed in the creation of this game. And
Hey,
it
I'm
I
does
was
here
it-
for
actually
it.
I was actually just about to say that. I was gonna say the game looks pretty good actually.
Yeah,
Like it
it's
doesn't look.
just it looks 3D modeled and stuff. So it's got a
I'm
very
here
similar
for it.
aesthetic to that Iron Lung game thing.
Yeah. Hell yeah, brother. All right. Unearthly AI or whatever
Oh,
your name
also
is. I forgot.
one last thing. Markiplier cheated on his 2020 night. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Fraud!
I don't know. I haven't seen the video yet.
Nope. Cool. Well, goodbye, everybody. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Poop poop peep peep peep.
Don't look under the internet.